Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another Wind Down Wednesday. I'm very excited about tonight's practice. It's actually a life-changing practice, and I don't use that word lightly. So just quickly before we get into that, I wanted to let you know that I've done some updates to my website. I've got some package plans now, package deals if you buy multiple sessions. And at the bottom of every page, there's a place where you can subscribe. If you subscribe, then you'll get updates when I release a blog post or if something new comes out. I won't ever spam you, I give you that promise. So it's www.paulataylorenergy.com. Go check it out. There's a lot of great stuff there, free meditations. There's a link to buy my book. And now there's the new package pricing. So today we are going to do something that I'm really excited about. And I started thinking about this. I made some notes for myself. And I was trying to think back to the very first time I started this practice. And it's been probably 22 years. I think the very first time that I visited my energetic sanctuary was it was possibly my very first guided meditation that I'd ever done with my mentor, Sherry Ford, and she guided me to leave the planet and come back. And what I came back to was not this planet, it was this special place. And every time I did a guided meditation thereafter, I always ended up at this same space. And I realized somewhere along the way that this was a special place. This is an actual spiritual place where I can go to recharge. There's a lot of things. I have a list of things I'm going to talk about that you can do from your energetic sanctuary. And more recently, I was working with a healer who called this your planet. And I really like that when I think back on the very first time I visited. But the nice thing too about thinking of it as your own planet is that it's such a vast space. Like you can build so many things in this sanctuary. You can have different areas, you can have structures, you can have different like nature, you can have a jungle and a beach and a cave, you can have whatever you want, and you can accomplish so much there. So I made a little list here just so I wouldn't forget all the things that you can do from your energetic sanctuary. So one of the most important things, and one of the ways I've used it for years, is for safety. If I'm feeling overwhelmed or overly emotional, if I feel like I need love and I'm not getting it, I'm not able to give it to myself. So I tend to get overwhelmed in crowds. Most sensitive people do, most empaths. I pick up on the energy and the emotions of people around me. So I can be in the middle of a giant crowd, which I don't know when that's ever going to happen again, but I'm sure it will at some point. And I can feel everybody there. And if it's something like a concert and people are exciting, it's still overwhelming to me because it's just too much. It's sort of like somebody turned the volume all the way up on your headphones and you're just like, you can't take it. So I can close my eyes and go to my planet, to my energetic sanctuary in the middle of a giant crowd and instantly feel better, instantly feel more calm, instantly feel safer. So that's one of the ways I use it. In difficult situations, I use my sanctuary a lot. A few years ago, my dad passed away, followed shortly by my cousin, followed shortly by my uncle, who we spent every summer with him growing up. And I was at his funeral, and it was too much for me, all of these losses. And so I had to kind of go to that place just to keep it together so that I could sit through this funeral. So that's another great way that you can use your energetic sanctuary or your planet. You can use any terminology there, those are interchangeable. It's also a great meeting point for loved ones who've passed on. I have been visiting my Aunt Paula there since I was in my 20s. Her living room is there on my planet in my sanctuary, exactly as it was when I was growing up. And I will sit on the couch, or the Davenport as she called it, and she'll hold me when I need it, or stroke my hair, or when I was doing my infertility treatments and having a lot of miscarriages and losses. She sat with me there and sort of held me and kept me together. So my dad comes there sometimes, my son Evan comes. Sometimes my whole family comes, like my Aunt Paula and her sisters and brothers, and they play euchre, which is a card game that people from the north might know. The great thing is that you control your planet, so you can invite people to come to your planet, and they're only welcome if you invite them. And I love to leave it open to my ancestral line, to the loved ones, and they get to kind of hang out there when I'm not there, and it keeps the energy vibrant for me. It keeps me connected to them. That's another way you can use it for ancestral work. So recently I was doing some work on my dad's ancestral line, and I invited them to come, and I have a cave there that it's a healing cave, and it's a great place to kind of get isolated and block out any excess energy, any noise. So you really can do so much with your energetic sanctuary, with your planet. The possibilities are limitless. It's a great place to meet your spiritual guides if you're interested in that sort of thing. So you can meet guides that come and help you get intuitive information. You can go there by yourself, and it's a neutral space where you're very safe and protected. So it's a great place to get intuitive information and know that it's really coming from intuition and not kind of getting filtered through an emotional state. I'm really excited to share this with you. And the more I thought about it as I was getting ready to do this today, the more excited I got, and the more I realized it really is a life-changing practice. This is a practice that I use constantly, probably daily, maybe not several times a week. And it's a place you can go back to. You can build whatever you want there. You can meet your ancestors. You can meet people who've passed. You can be alone. You can have animals. My dog Henry sometimes comes and hangs out with me there, or he'll be on the Davenport, which Aunt Paula would never have allowed, by the way, but it's my place, so he can do what he wants. I really hope that you take this and run with it. And I'm going to be coming back to this. So the purpose of tonight is to build this foundation, to find your place and begin to start building there so that we can come back to it and do more meditations. This is a great way to start doing energy work that's very accessible. Energy work can be really abstract. It can be hard to visualize. You might see me sometimes when I'm meditating, I might start moving my hands because I feel I'm balancing energy, I'm moving energy. We're all connected, so I might be feeling something from you despite the fact that we're distant. That's one of the great things about energy work. But it's hard. It's hard to start doing it, and it doesn't come naturally to everybody. For me, I was sensitive to it from a young age, but I didn't know what it was. So you might be sensitive and not recognizing yet, or you might not be as naturally sensitive, but it's a skill. Like any other skill, you can practice it, you can learn it and get comfortable with it. So this is a great way to start working with your own energy, to start expanding beyond this physical realm that we're in here in a way that's extremely safe, because you're completely in control of your space. So that's the last thing I want to say before we actually get into the meditation. Whenever you're doing energy work, your first instinct is always right. So let's say I guide you in a meditation and I say, picture yourself on a beach, and that's not what you see. You see something totally different. What you see is right. Your personalized experience of a meditation is your energetic work. So I'm going to purposely be fairly vague about this because I want you to see your planet as it is. I don't want you to see my planet. I would be happy to share it with you, but that's not the purpose of this meditation. The purpose of this meditation is for you to find your sanctuary, for you to start building and placing there. You can change it at any time too. I have a beach that I love to go to. I have a house on the beach. Sometimes it's a little like tiki shack. Sometimes it's a grand palace. It's got a grand piano in it if I want to be near music. It's got my aunt's house kind of within it. I've got separate areas of the planet where I've got my healing cave. And again, the possibilities are limitless, and what comes to you through your intuition is going to be right for you. So trust your instinct. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient. If I'm asking you to visualize something and you can't visualize it, just have the intention of visualizing it. If we go through the meditation today and nothing really pops out at you, just practice it again. That's the great thing about these meditations. I'm doing it live right now, and you're capitalizing on the energy that we're all sharing, this collective energy, which is fantastic. But I'm also posting them after the fact, so you can come back to this meditation anytime you want and repeat it. And I promise you, you will get your place. You will find it. You will elaborate on what's meant to be there. The more you practice this, you'll probably find things that you can do with it beyond what I've even mentioned, because like I said, it's really a limitless practice. Again, with meditation, it's best to sit up if you can. If you lie down, you might fall asleep. That's okay. Anything that happens in a meditation is okay. We want to let go of judgments. So if you find yourself getting really emotional, that's completely fine. Deep breathing will kind of settle that back down if you're looking to settle it back down, which generally in a meditation you are. But again, there's no judgment. You can be, I've been in meditation just sobbing on the floor, totally ignoring what the person is telling me because I'm having a release, and that's what is meant for me in that moment. So anything that happens during a meditation is completely okay. Try to be gentle with yourself. Don't judge yourself, and have fun with it. This is a fun one. So, you know, if you find yourself smiling, if you run into somebody you haven't seen in a while on your planet and you want to stop and say hello and give them a hug, anything that happens is you're in the perfect spot. You're at the perfect time, in the perfect spot, doing the perfect work for yourself. So let's begin. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let it out like I just did with a big sigh. And do that at least 2 more times. I've got my hands pressed together at my heart. You can do that. You can leave your hands in your lap, whatever feels appropriate. I like to put my hands together just to gather the energy. It's a signal to my body that it's time to settle and come into my center. Feel your feet on the ground, wiggle your toes a little bit. Really feel the connection of your feet with the ground. This may be the first time you paid attention to your feet all day. So give them a couple deep breaths as well. You can continue to sigh out, or you can start to just breathe out through your mouth. I want you to put your hands on your lap now, somewhere between your hips and your knees. You can even sort of move them down from the hips toward the knees. That's what I'm doing here. And continue to breathe deeply. We're just getting rooted in the body before we go on this amazing journey together. Really feel what your hips, what your legs feel like. Send your awareness into the knees. Pause at the knees for a couple of deep breaths here. The knees do so much to support us, so we're going to give them a little bit of love here. And as you're ready, send your awareness down the legs, the lower legs, the shins, the calves, into the ankles and feet. Feel your bottom on the chair if you're sitting, or on the ground if you're sitting on the ground. Remind yourself that you have a body. Let yourself be in the body for just these few brief moments. Put your hands on your heart. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths into the heart center. The heart powers so much of our energetic space, and we tend to build walls around it. Sometimes we let it open too much, and we're vulnerable to getting hurt. So just send some love into the heart. We're not going to do much work here today, but we're getting really settled in the body before we journey out to our planet. let your hands relax into your lap. You can have your palms face up if you like, or face down, whatever feels right. For this kind of a journey, it's nice to have them face up if that feels good. You can even bring your forefinger and thumb together in Gyan Mudra. That's a yoga mudra. You might have seen it. It helps you connect to your body, to the earth, and as well to expand, which is what we're doing today in this meditation. Notice how you feel now. Hopefully you're feeling more relaxed, more at home in the body. I know my excitement of earlier is still there, but I'm feeling much more grounded. I'm feeling much calmer and ready to do this journey with you. Take one more big deep breath and let it out with a sigh. And then you can let your breathing relax for the rest of this meditation. If you think about it, you want to continue to breathe deeply, but this is not our focus for this meditation. Picture the room you're sitting in right now. Keep your eyes closed, just imagine what it looks like. And then imagine yourself floating out of the chair or off the floor until you're looking down on the room from above. Let yourself float out of the room into the space around the room, into the outdoors, outside of the building you're in if you're inside. Imagine yourself floating up. You're looking down on your neighborhood from above. Pretty soon you're looking down on your town. You're continuing to float up. Now it looks like you're in an airplane. Everything's gotten really tiny. Let yourself float all the way out, away from the planet, into space. Look back at the planet. Notice what it looks like from this high. Now I want you to continue moving away. You're just moving into space now. It's very safe. There's nothing to be afraid of here. You've been to this place before, perhaps in your dreams or in another life. This place already exists for you. So we're just traveling out with the intention of finding our planet, of finding our sanctuary. There's no need to effort too much here. This will happen naturally. Just let yourself float. And as you're ready, you'll come upon your planet and view it just the way we just looked at the Earth from space. Notice what it looks like. Notice if you see any color, if you see water. Does this look like the Earth? Does it look completely different? Just let yourself linger here for a moment or two, noticing what your planet looks like from space, from afar. Notice too how you're feeling here. You may already be feeling a pull to this place that's so perfect for you. This is your support system. This is a place of unconditional love. This is a place of rejuvenation, a place to recharge. This is a place where you can let your emotions go, knowing that they won't be used against you, that they'll be safe. This is a place where you can visit with loved ones who have passed on, with guides you've never met before, with ancestors long since gone. Notice how calm and safe you feel looking at your planet, and as you're ready, very slowly begin to descend toward it. If you find that you're not ready to descend directly onto the planet today, that's okay, you found it. So you can just stay where you are and breathe through the rest of the meditation. You can come back and repeat this meditation again as needed, as you're ready. Don't rush yourself. Whatever feels right in your body and your heart and your mind right now is the perfect thing for you to do. If you are ready, continue to float down towards your planet, coming closer. The place that you first land, that you first touch down on your planet, this is your most sacred space. You have an entire planet that you can fill with whatever you want, but there's one place on this planet that is completely sacred. It's the holy place of your soul here, of your energetic sanctuary. So let yourself float gently into this space, into this sanctuary, into this holy land. And as you're ready, begin to look around. See what you see here. Are you out in nature? Does it look similar to something you've seen before? Is it totally different? Are you seeing new colors and hearing new sounds that you've never heard before? Chances are, even if you're experiencing something that seems new to you, this is some place that you've been. It seems familiar. It feels very safe and secure. Notice if you're outside or if there's a structure nearby, if you're already inside some sort of a building. If you are inside, just look around. Notice what you see. Remember that if you encounter anybody here, they're here by your invitation. So if you're not interested in encountering them today, you just politely say, "Not today, thank you," and they can go. There's no emotional pressure here to meet up with anybody before you're ready to. That's not our purpose today, but if you do meet someone and you'd like to spend a moment or two with them, that's completely okay. We're going to do that as a focus meditation in a few weeks. But for right now, we're on an exploration journey. We're just looking around, noticing what the scenery looks like. Notice what it smells like, if there's a smell. Notice what it sounds like, what kind of noises you hear, what kind of colors you see. Notice how you're feeling here. Are you feeling completely safe and loved unconditionally? Are you feeling emotional because you're coming home to your sanctuary after so long? Anything you feel here, even if you feel a little bit of fear about this practice, about this newness, just sit with that. Let yourself breathe and notice it. And notice that underneath any kind of fear, there's a sense of security, a sense of calm, a sense of safety and belonging. This is your place, so anything you find here is part of you. Anything you find that you don't want to keep, you can change. No one is welcome in this space without your invitation. You are completely in control of your planet, of your sanctuary. As you've gotten a little bit more comfortable exploring just this holiest of areas, just this most sacred landing spot, know that you can come back here and explore further at any time. If you want to venture away and see what else is on your planet, you're always welcome to do that. We're not going to do that tonight, but you can come back into this meditation and take time at this point to do some further exploration. For tonight, I want you to ask your planet, ask your sanctuary, if there's anything it needs from you. Is there an object that you should place here? Is there a color you should bring in? Is there a sound that would be perfect? Is there a person or a guide you'd like to invite? All of this is optional. If nothing comes to you, then don't worry about it. But if something comes up, anything at all, it could be something like place a feather here, or plant some flowers here, or play this kind of music. Anything that comes up here is exactly what is needed in this moment. So take a moment here to ask your planet, ask your sanctuary, if there's anything it needs from you. It may be this is the first time you've been here in a very long time, and leaving a gift for yourself here, for your space, your sanctuary, your planet, is a token of your gratitude, of your joy at reconnecting with this space. Spend another few moments just enjoying this space, looking around, venturing out a little bit if you'd like, leaving your gift. And when you're ready, ask your planet if it has a gift for you. Is there some intuitive guidance that's meant to come in at this time? Is there information waiting here for you tonight? Is there an object that your planet wants to give you that you can take back to the physical realm and keep in your energetic field to help fuel and recharge you in between visits? Again, just let this be relaxed. If nothing comes up, that's completely fine. Whatever does come up is the right answer for you. I'm going to sit in silence for a moment to allow this information or this gift to come through for you. As we get ready to travel back to our body, to the physical realm, take one last look around. Remember that you can come here at any time. The more you practice coming to your space, the easier it will be. You won't have to go through this whole meditation. You'll be able to access this spiritual realm instantly. You'll be able to come here for guidance, for safety, to do energetic work on yourself or your loved ones. This is your space. So as you're ready, first thank your space, your sanctuary, your planet. Thank it for holding this beautiful space for you, this space of love and safety, this spiritual space, even while you were in a physical body and maybe forgot that this space existed. It's been here waiting for you. This is something that you created long ago. This is a place for your soul to become renewed, for your mind and emotions to let go. Remember that you can come back here whenever you want, whenever you need to. You can create anything you want in this space. You can bring anyone here who wants to visit. And then very gently, very slowly, let yourself float up off your planet. Notice how beautiful it looks from the sky as you ascend back out into space. Pause again and look at this beauty. This is your beauty. This is the beauty of your soul, of your energy. This is your creation. Let yourself feel how amazing it is to have this space all to yourself. And as you're ready, just set the intention to return back to the earth, and you'll come floating back out from wherever that space was. You'll find yourself looking back down on the earth from above. Notice how you feel before you come back into the physical here. Take stock of your emotions, take stock of what came up, of what you brought back with you, if anything. Remembering that you can return to your sanctuary anytime you want. And then gently begin to come back in toward the earth. My mind is saying, do I have to? We're here at this time in this physical body for a very specific purpose. That is why our sanctuary is so important. We have a place we can go to renew. And then we can come back into this physical space and do the work that we're here to do. Let yourself come back. Now you're seeing your town from above, you're seeing your neighborhood. You're very gently and easily floating back into your space, into your room. Let yourself come back into your body very gently, very slowly. And just set the intention to be fully present back here in your body. We don't want to leave any part of ourself on the planet. That sanctuary is there for us to visit. It's holding energy for us. But we want to be fully present in this physical body when we're here on the earth. So make sure that you come all the way back in. You might even do a little seal at the top of your head, your crown chakra, just to make sure that every part of you is back into the body here. Take 3 deep breaths. Let them out with a big sigh. Feel yourself come back into your heart center. Feel your energy come down from the heart into the belly. Let it come down into the hips and the pelvis. Let it flow down the thighs and into the knees. Pausing again for a nice big deep breath of gratitude into your knees. And then letting the energy continue down into your legs, your lower legs. Shins, calves, ankles, all the way to your feet. Feel your feet on the floor, wiggle your toes a little bit, wiggle your fingers if you haven't moved them yet. Maybe move your head side to side. Really come back into the body here before you open your eyes, before we finish. Make sure that you feel fully present in the body. You can come back to this meditation anytime you would like, anytime you feel like you need to. But in between that time of visiting your sanctuary, you're fully present and back in your body. I want you to say out loud or in your head, depending on where you are, I am fully present in my body. I am fully present in this physical space. And then as you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whew. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you enjoyed this practice. I hope that you stick with it. I encourage you to revisit this a few times in the next week before we meet again. Next week we'll be doing something a little bit different, but then we'll be coming back to this work and expanding on it. So the more that you can practice this, the more comfortable you get with it, then you'll have a strong foundation built for when we expand further and explore more. Thank you again for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and your week, and I will see you for next Wind Down Wednesday.